Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play AGEOD's Civil War. I'm sitting here with my cat, who's nudging my mouse hand, so if you see my mouse skittering around while we do this, that's why. Let's jump into it. We had some problems over the last few turns with the loss of New York City and all the Confederates in Pennsylvania around Harrisburg. I need to take care of that, and the first step to doing that is to take Harrisburg back. So let's see. I have 3 corps surrounding Harrisburg right now. One under Kearny. He appears to be active, so I'll send him to attack Harrisburg. And Keyes also appears to be active, so I'll send him off to Harrisburg. And let's see, Crittenden's corps, he is not active, so I'll let him sit there. He's fixing this broken rail at Lancaster, so that's good anyway. But if there's a battle here, he may march to the sound of the guns and help him out. Anyway, even though he's not active, I think there's a possibility of that happening. I don't know. So anyway, but these 2 corps should be enough to clean up Harrisburg. We may end up in a siege, and we'll have to assault it the turn after. But soon, hopefully, Harrisburg will be in our hands. Let's see, here in Kentucky, not much going on. This general's wandering around, but I have Sherman's corps in Cincinnati, Thomas's in Madison, and then the Army of the Ohio with 2 divisions sitting here in Louisville, so he's pretty well surrounded. I don't know what damage he can do here in the wintertime. Not much going on in Missouri. Albert Sidney Johnston is still wandering around, not doing anything useful. And down here in Mississippi, we've taken Jackson, and Lyon is continuing to walk through the swamp. We're getting to the tenuous part of this. You see I have the filter on here to show our supply lines, and I'm not sure if he's still pulling supply from Little Rock. It has to go through 4 regions. It's the winter time. Some of them are swampy, so he may be living off of his own supply by now. I'm not sure. Looks like it'll take him 3 turns to get here. That's a lot of turns, so I'm hoping he doesn't start to starve before he can get, for instance, to this area. We'll find out. Here in Jackson, I'll leave 1 division behind, and I'll move Hooker up to this region. Here, let me turn that filter off now. So you can see that the railroad here moves through this region and then to this region. So I'll have Hooker take control here, and then I'll have him take control here. So hopefully Lyon will start to be able to pull supplies from Jackson via this railroad as soon as possible. I think this is all I can really do to help him out. And he's just got to walk as fast as he can. I think that's it. There's no threats down here in New Orleans. Last turn, I raised 144 new units, some of which are the special hospital engineer and signal units. But let's see, a lot in Philadelphia. I raised a lot of them in Pittsburgh, a lot of them in Pennsylvania, and then a lot of them in the Illinois, let's see, the Illinois-Indiana sort of area. And some in New York. So there you go. There's a whole lot in Indianapolis, etc. What this amounts to is, I believe, if I remember, 6 divisions, 6 new divisions in Kentucky. I have a whole lot of generals. Where are they? Here they are, sitting in Louisville waiting for commands. So I'll have plenty of generals to make 6 new divisions there. So that should amount to a 3rd corps for Grant's Army of the Ohio. And I believe 8 divisions here in the east, which, I don't know, maybe overkill. Maybe I'll send 1 or 2 of them over to join Grant. But that's what I raised here in the east. I'm going to muster all the ones in the east in Washington, D.C., and I'll muster all the ones in Kentucky here in Louisville. I didn't raise anything new for Missouri. We have solid control over Missouri and part of Arkansas. So I don't think I'm going to be taking on any new offenses in this area, just maybe fighting off people like Van Dorn, wherever he's hiding right now. I've lost Van Dorn. I don't know where he went. Anyway, so let me pause it. I think that's it for this turn. I'm going to do the inner turn and let you know what happens in Harrisburg. So here, let me pause it. Well, this was unexpected. It looks like we took a defeat in Harrisburg. I don't know if this means we've pulled back or managed to keep going forward, but we've lost about 2,200 men and only took 1,100 casualties, even though we outnumbered the Confederates. We got about 60,000 men. They got a little over 12,000. So what is that, like 5 to 1? This is a little unexpected. I'll pause it again. Let's see what else happens. Okay, so that was it for the Battle of Harrisburg. They gave more than they got, but it looks like our troops have successfully arrived there and we're besieging the town. I don't know if this guy is in the process of trying to retreat or what his deal is, but I'll let us besiege it for a moment. I think I'll take Crittenden's corps and have him walk up to join the siege. I'll take McDowell, move him over to Lancaster, just to try to make sure this guy doesn't come down and retake Lancaster. I'm going to take Kearney, move him over here. It'll take him a short while to walk there, but I need to fix this rail. This is an important rail line that connects Harrisburg to Pittsburgh. So I want to fix that. So I'll send Kearney over there to try to fix that, and we'll have Crittenden and Keyes continuing the siege of Harrisburg. And that's about it for this turn. Not much going on in Kentucky. A lot of the units have finished training, so I need to start them streaming in there. Nothing going on in Missouri. And down here in Mississippi, if I click on the supply filter again, you'll see that we're getting close to Lyon reaching the supply lines coming up from Jackson. He'll need another 2 turns to reach this region. I'll have Hooker take control of this region. So Lyon will need 2 turns to get here, and then once he manages to jump over to this region, I think that's when he'll reach this supply line and he'll be safe from starvation. We have this force up here who's running around. He may be thinking about trying to retake Little Rock, which would be good for the Confederates, but I'm not going to do anything like turn Lyon around to retake it. I don't have any units really up here that I could use to retake it, so if the Confederates take Little Rock back, oh well. I'll still have Hooker and Lyon loose in Mississippi, which was my goal from the beginning. Here, let me turn this filter off again. So, yeah, I think that's it for this turn, except I need to go through all these units that finished training and move them to their mustering points. So let me do that. I'll hit end turn, and we'll see what happens. Okay, we're back. Here we are on the next turn. Here in the east, Crittenden has joined Keyes here in the siege of Harrisburg. We haven't made a breach yet. They only have a power 348 unit in there. I have a lot of troops sitting here. Is anybody active? Let's see. Keyes isn't active. Crittenden isn't active. Alright, I guess I'll leave them for a turn. Now, Kearney I had walking over into this region to try to fix the railroad, and it looks like the Confederates retreated to that area, so it'll be good to chase them a little bit, I think. But his troops now have a low cohesion. They haven't even made it from one region to the next yet. But even so, by virtue of them trying, they're pretty tired. And I guess they just fought in the last battle, too. So I'll cancel those orders for now and let him rest a turn. He's not active either. So, yeah, I'm leaving everybody in Harrisburg for a turn. Nobody's activated to assault it, and Kearney's tired, so I'm going to leave them all there. I have all these reinforcements streaming down to Washington, D.C. to build divisions in a couple turns. Nothing going on in Kentucky, except all the reinforcements are streaming in. It looks like the Confederates are sending some troops here to western Kentucky. Maybe they want to invade Ohio. That's why I have Sherman back here in Cincinnati. He can come over and take care of those problems, while maybe we have Thomas and the new units we have raising in Louisville move through Kentucky next year. Can't do that till the troops arrive and the snow lifts. Nothing going on in Missouri at all. And down here in Mississippi, Lyon is still, for some reason, 2 turns from reaching this region. We've taken military control of this railroad north of Jackson, so hopefully once he reaches there, he'll be pulling supply. One thing I am going to do, I think, is I thought Hooker had... he did. I'm going to take one of these 3 supply wagons that he has right now, and I'm going to send one of them towards Lyon. So when Lion reaches this region, hopefully he'll have a full supply wagon there waiting for him. It'll take Lion 2 turns to reach here. It'll take the supply wagon 2 turns to reach here. So I'm hoping that'll help. If Lion is out of the supply line when he reaches here, at least he'll have one full wagon at his disposal to eat out of while he tries to continue on towards Jackson. And I'll leave Hooker here in this region to defend the area while the supply wagon's trying to cross the Mississippi. So I think that's it for this turn. I just need to move all the reinforcements that finished training this turn to their mustering points. Let me pause it, and I'll see you in the next turn. I'm pausing it to show you guys a little problem I have. Some of the troops I raised a couple turns ago were raised in Brooklyn, which is just south of Confederate-held New York City, and I sort of can't get them out. The only way from Brooklyn to the mainland is through New York City, and I don't want to send them that way, while the Confederates have a very large army there. The other way out of Brooklyn is to send them via the ocean, but I don't have any transports available in this theater because all my transports are still down here in New Orleans. I forgot a long time ago to bring them home. So I guess I'll bring him home now. Let me take Farragut, move him to Brooklyn. He won't be there for like 2 turns, but at least in 2 turns we'll be able to pull these troops out via boat if we hadn't taken New York City back yet. Here, let me pause it. I'll finish moving all these reinforcements, and I'll see you on the next turn. Hey folks, welcome back. I think I'm going to end this video here. We're here in the next turn, and the Confederates surrendered to us in Harrisburg. So that's great news. Harrisburg is ours again. Now all we need to do is fix up some of these railroads and chase this guy out. We should be capable of that. And once we're done with that, we can turn and try to figure out what to do about New York City, where the Confederates are sitting with a corps of right now power. The overall command has a power of over 2,000, so that's a lot. We're going to have to deal with that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed this.